Hey guys, so I want to go through with you this geometry lesson. We saw this a couple of weeks ago, but I just want to kind of refresh it. I feel like you guys had some issues with it, so we're going to start off going over Theorem 45, which states that an angle formed by two secants, a secant and a tangent, or two tangents intersecting outside a circle is measured by half the distance of the intercepted arcs, difference of the intercepted arcs. So, once again, recall that a secant cuts a circle at 2 points. The tangent line hits the circle just at 1 point. The secant hits it at 2 points. So what that means, if an angle is formed by lines cutting through a circle twice, then the angle is half the difference between the arcs on either side. So you have our handy dandy circle here. We have two secants, and then it forms two arcs on either side of the circle. So you see the two arcs there. The arcs formed in each of these there's 3 different scenarios, that's what I'm trying to say. So, case number 1, we have two secants. So what we're trying to say is that angle P up at the top there equals half of those two arcs. So I want you to take a moment, look at the 2 different arcs. Do you see arc BD? And do you see arc AC? So whatever those numbers are, whatever those arcs are, if you subtract them and then cut that number in half, then you will have your angle P. Alright? So if the 2 angles were, I don't know, let's say BD was 30, and let's say AC was 10. 30 minus 10 is 20. So that means that this angle P would be 10, half of that. Alright, we have a second case. Do you know what that is? It's a secant and a tangent. So we have our secant line here and our tangent line here. So the difference between the 2 arcs cut in half, arc AC and arc BKC, will give you this angle here. So again, let's say this big arc is 50. Let's say this little arc is 20. We subtract those, we get 30. Half of 30 is 15, and so that would give us angle P. Here's case number 3. We have a tangent and another tangent. So now this one is half of BKC, that's this arc here, minus CB. Oops, and that would give you half the angle. Alright, so we're going to be looking at some homework. I'm not going to have you do 1 through 9. I'm going to have you do 1 through 5, but we're looking at number 1 here. So if BD, or case number, is a case number 1, it's 150. So BD, this angle, arc here, not angle, arc, is 150. CA is 36. What's my first step? I have to subtract them, right? So see if you can tell me what you get when you subtract them. You should have gotten 114. Half of that, 57. So that is our final answer. angle P is equal to 57. I'm going to go through this problem with you one more time because that's how we're going to do all of them. So we find our first first arc, minus our second arc, cut it in half, and then we have our final answer. Hope that helps, guys.